You're at the office coffee machine, just making some friendly conversation. You share a tiny frustration about a project, a little bit of news from your personal life, maybe a harmless joke about a manager. You walk away feeling a little more connected to your coworker. But what you don't realize is that you might have just lit a fuse, one that could burn down your reputation, get you passed over for a promotion, or even get you fired. Let's be real, we spend more time with our coworkers than we do with most of our family. It's only natural to want to build real friendships. But the line between being friendly and being foolish is razor thin. There are conversations happening in offices every single day that are actually career-sabotaging traps disguised as harmless chit-chat. Today, you're going to learn the 4 types of information and you should almost never share with coworkers, no matter how close you think you are. And this isn't the obvious stuff like, don't be a jerk. This is about the subtle, innocent-sounding topics that can turn your workplace against you. What you're about to hear will change the way you talk at work forever. First up, the most dangerous one. Any kind of gossip or negative talk about another person at the company. This sounds obvious, right? But it's way more insidious than you think. It doesn't have to be some vicious rumor. It can be as simple as saying, "Ugh, can you believe how disorganized that meeting was? Sarah just can't seem to get it together." It feels like a bonding moment. You and a coworker united in a shared frustration. But here's what's really happening. You've just made the person listening to you doubt your character. They are now thinking one of 2 things. First, if they're talking about Sarah to me, they're definitely talking about me to someone else. Instantly, you've branded yourself as untrustworthy. Second, you look like someone who focuses on problems instead of solutions. While you think you're just venting, your colleague, and any manager who hears it secondhand, sees it as unprofessional. Trust me, that story will spread. Gossip is the fastest-moving currency in a bored office. Now, why does it feel so good? Research into workplace behavior shows gossip is a hardwired human behavior that can help people bond and track what's going on. But in a professional setting, the risks almost always outweigh the benefits. While research finds that most daily office chatter is pretty neutral, it's that smaller but much juicier portion of negative gossip that causes the real damage. Think about the person being talked about. Research on workplace gossip shows that being the target of negative rumors directly harms a person's self-esteem and makes them less willing to contribute to the team. But what about you, the gossiper? You might feel a quick hit of superiority or inclusion, but you're gambling with your reputation. While some might see you as in the know, research suggests that engaging in negative gossip can make others see you as less moral, less competent, and a source of conflict. Put yourself in your manager's shoes. They have 2 employees, equal in skill. One is known for being a positive, discreet team player. The other is the hub of the office grapevine, always ready with a complaint or a story about a colleague's mistake. When a sensitive project or promotion comes up, who are they going to trust? They need someone who builds bridges, not someone who plants conversational landmines. The golden rule is simple. If you wouldn't say it to someone's face with your manager standing right there, don't say it behind their back. If you have a real issue with a coworker's performance, the professional move is to talk to them directly and constructively, or to bring it to your manager. Venting to a third party isn't a strategy, it's a career liability. This next one is controversial. Your salary. You've probably heard it's illegal for companies to forbid you from discussing your pay, and in the US, that's largely true. The National Labor Relations Act, NLRA, gives most private sector employees the right to discuss wages and working conditions. This is a critical tool for fighting pay discrimination. So if it's legal, why is it on this list? Because there's a huge difference between a legal right and a smart career move. Casually dropping your salary or bonus into a conversation is one of the fastest ways to inject jealousy, resentment, and pure awkwardness into your team. Let's play this out. Imagine you tell a coworker you got a 10% raise. Scenario A, they make more than you. Suddenly, you feel deflated and undervalued. Your excitement vanishes, replaced by a sense of injustice. Your relationship with them is now strained because you're left wondering, what makes them worth more than me? Scenario B, you make more than them. Now they feel deflated and undervalued. Every time they see you, they're reminded of the pay gap. Their motivation might tank, and they might even complain to your boss, creating a mess for everyone. Scenario C, you make about the same. Great, right? Not really. You've now tied your expectations to each other. The next time one of you gets a bigger raise or a promotion, the cycle of comparison and resentment starts all over again. Notice how none of these lead to a better working relationship. While organized, intentional pay transparency can be a force for good. Individual haphazard disclosures are a social minefield. Your salary number, stripped of context, like your experience, negotiation skills, or performance, is just a number. But it's a number loaded with emotion. It is important to understand the nuance here. The NLRA protects concerted activity, which means employees acting together for mutual aid. It doesn't necessarily cover every casual complaint, and it generally doesn't protect supervisors or some other classes of workers. More importantly, it doesn't protect you from the social and political fallout. So instead of sharing what you make, talk about what it takes to succeed. It's incredibly helpful to ask a mentor, what skills are most valued for reaching the next level here? Or what kind of project results lead to a top performance rating? Those are conversations about growth, not just a dollar figure. Before you share, ask yourself, what is the best possible outcome here, and is it worth the high probability of a negative one? Before we hit the third thing you should never tell coworkers, think about how many of these lines y'all might have already crossed. If this is making you rethink your office chats, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. You won't want to miss the next 2 points, because the third one is what gets people pushed out of companies before they even know what hit them. Of all the career-ending things you can say at work, I'm thinking of leaving is right at the top. Telling anyone you're on the job hunt, even your most trusted work bestie, is like handing them a grenade and just hoping they don't pull the pin. You might think you're just confiding in a friend, but you have to understand the workplace ecosystem. Your plan to leave isn't just personal news. It's strategic intelligence. And in a corporate environment, intelligence always travels. Once that cat is out of the bag, you lose all control of the story. Your friend might accidentally let it slip. That person tells another, and before you know it, a warped version of the rumor reaches the one person you never wanted it to, your boss. When a manager finds out you're looking to leave, their perspective on you fundamentally shifts. It isn't personal, it's risk management. From their point of view, you are no longer a long-term asset. You have one foot out the door. So what happens next? First, you can be taken out of the running for future opportunities. Why would they put you on that exciting new project when they think you won't be there to finish it? Why would they invest in sending you to that expensive training conference? Your career development at that company can be put on ice, right on the spot. Second, your loyalty gets questioned. Every doctor's appointment might look like a secret job interview. Any small dip in productivity will be seen as you checking out. You've created a lens of suspicion that colors everything you do. Third, you destroy your negotiating power. Let's say you're looking for a new job because you feel undervalued and want a raise. If your boss finds out, and you then try to use an outside offer as leverage, you've already lost. They might call your bluff, or worse, say, well, it sounds like a great opportunity. We wish you the best, and show you the door before you're ready. The only time you should reveal you're leaving is after you have a signed, written offer from another company and you're ready to formally resign. That is the moment of maximum professional power. You are in control. You dictate the timeline and the message. Until that moment, your job search needs to be top secret. Use your personal email and phone. Take calls on your lunch break, away from the office. Don't update your LinkedIn to open to work for all your colleagues to see. This isn't about being dishonest. It's about protecting your current job while you strategically plan your future. The line between friendly and unprofessional gets incredibly blurry when our personal selves are involved. We all have them. Relationship drama, family issues, financial worries, health concerns. And in a moment of stress, it's so tempting to unload on a sympathetic coworker. Don't do it. Sharing deep personal struggles at work is what researcher Brené Brown calls floodlighting. Hitting someone with too much too soon, which overwhelms them and can damage the exact relationship you're trying to build. Your coworkers are not your therapists. While some might be genuinely empathetic, most aren't equipped or frankly interested in carrying your personal baggage. When you overshare, you're walking into a few major risks. First, you lose your professional image. You want to be seen as the competent, reliable project lead, but if you spend your Mondays detailing your weekend fight with your partner, you'll be known as the drama person. It changes how people see you, and they might start to question your judgment and stability. As business etiquette experts will tell you, sharing intimate details about your love life or family conflicts simply reveals too much in a professional setting. Second, you make people uncomfortable. Your colleague who just wanted to grab a coffee is now trapped in a conversation about your messy divorce. They don't know what to say. This doesn't build a bond. It makes them want to avoid you. You're forcing an intimacy the relationship hasn't earned. Third, you open yourself up to judgment and gossip. Your private struggle can easily become public information, and you have no control over how it gets twisted. Your health issues could lead to assumptions about your ability to do your job. Your financial struggles could make you seem irresponsible. Your relationship problems could become the break room's favorite soap opera. This doesn't mean you have to be a robot. There's a world of difference between saying, "I'm having a bit of a tough day, so I might be a little quiet," and launching into a 20-minute monologue. The first sets a healthy boundary, the second demolishes it. If your personal life is impacting your work, the right people to talk to are your manager or HR. They can discuss official support options confidentially. Your coworkers don't have the power to help you officially, but they have all the power to harm your reputation with their perceptions. Your real support system should be outside of your workplace. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments. Which of these will you apply to your career moving forward?